why don't you tell the listeners, just to start off, what they need to look out for and what the song is.
Cool, yeah. So the song's called "Make Me Cry." I wrote it 5 years ago, and then I linked up with a producer named John Melillo, and he's the guy that kind of inspired me to take what was just a demo and really bring it to life. And we ended up doing this music video for it, which is super cool. And it comes out on Friday, the 28th.
Super cool. That'll be tomorrow when this airs.
Okay.
The music video looks so amazing. Your team, like I said, I was in your last video, and your team is super cool.
My team is super, super cool. My director is pretty phenomenal. That does my videos. So.
Yeah, I mean, he's such a professional setup that you guys had the last video. I mean, I didn't see what you were doing behind the scenes for this new one, but it looks really great. I see you have another. It's the same love interest from the last video.
It is, yeah.
I don't know, like what's when you say "make me cry"? Mm-hmm. Was this were you writing this song where you were like crying and you're?
It's funny because I never actually cried. I do cry, but I never actually cried. I think it was more of like my soul was crying.
Shut up, dude.
No, I was just I was hurt, but the song is angsty. It's not like you know what I mean. It's not like boo-hoo. Like it's
upbeat, but it's about crying.
Technically, if you put it that way, it's about crying. Yeah.
Well, it's for the fellas out there.
For the fellas, yeah.
It's
it's funny. Cry. I was honestly, this song. I'm not gonna. So, I think that this song could be really, really good for the guys out there that think it's not cool to cry. Because I was very hesitant about putting this song out for a long time.
Not enough guys out here crying.
Not enough guys, and you know what? I know girls will probably respond to this song maybe a little bit more than the fellas out there, but yeah, it's all right to cry, man. It feels pretty good afterwards, to be honest with you. You feel a lot better. So.
All right, I'm already fighting the urge to get sidetracked. I have so many questions.
Yeah, let's get sidetracked.
Okay, all right. First sidetrack question. We're gonna keep rolling with the single.
Mm-hmm.
But is there something you go to when you need to cry? Is there like a song, like a movie?
Oh man, that new Yeb album. That new Yeb album's really getting me.
Have you been crying, the Yeb?
Dude, when my grandma passed in October, and I was going on these walks, just like long. I would walk for like 3 miles, and I would just the new Yeb album, man, it's killing. It's so good. And I found out that it's actually about her mom passing away.
Yeah, I mean, I like what I heard by her, but I didn't even know she had a new album out. It's not that new.
Man, no, it came out a few months ago, but it is absolutely stunning. Like production, songwriting, her voice is absurd. The only thing I'd ever seen was the PJ Morton thing.
Yeah.
How Deep Is Your Love?
So good.
Yeah. It is one of the best albums of like the last decade. I'd say 100%.
Is there is that the kind of thing that makes you cry? Is there anything like? Is there?
Listen, man. I don't cry. I feel like now people can think I'm crying all the time.
No. All right, listen. I'm not trying to I feel you, man. I don't cry that much, but here's what I cry to. If I'm listening to "Love's in Need of Some Love Today" by Stevie Wonder, I've cried to that song.
That intro is so good.
That dude. That
so
song's
good.
ridiculous. What's the Jay-Z song that sampled that?
Oh yes, 444.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that song so much. I well up a little bit when I watch or when I listen to Zion by Lauryn Hill.
I don't know.
You know that one? That one makes me. That one tugs. I haven't cried, but it gets me close. I listened to the end of To Pimp a Butterfly.
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar when he's doing like the Tupac review.
Ain't free.
No, not that part, Liam. Is that where you?
It gets me every time.
But no, the end where he's like doing the Tupac interview and he's like, Pac.
Oh man, I'd have to re-listen to that. I don't even.
The whole album, like it's like specifically, I was listening to it all the way through.
Yeah.
And I don't think I ever really listened to the last track all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
And when it gets to that part, dude, I like.
It just you lose it.
Yeah, I was literally like weed whacking while I was listening to it, and I was like.
Whacking the weeds.
Yeah, it just hit me, man. But
yeah, that's your favorite Kendrick album, right?
I would say so. It's like a toss up for me because I do really love. I love all of his albums.
That one is well, it's definitely the most political, right?
Yeah,
I'd say it's the most political, but it's like super. It's more. I think it's more heartfelt than his other albums. Like Good Kid, Mad City. It's been a while. I haven't been into Kendrick for a while, but I was big into that album in high school.
Oh, yeah.
Good Kid, Mad City. I love that album.
I remember hearing it.
But that album was like to get his fans in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was like that was the poetic justice and all that stuff. You know.
I just remember hearing Backseat Freestyle.
Oh my
and
god!
And being like,
yeah.
Like him talking about his being as big as the Eiffel Tower. I was like, what?
That brings me back to prom, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were bumping that on the party bus. That was freaking wild.
Yeah, I remember hearing it like in the cafeteria or something. Does that song make you cry, Liam?
No, definitely not.
Okay, so Make Me Cry.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you wrote the song 5 years ago. Yeah. Is that a long time for your like average song? Like, how long does it take you to finish a song?
Well, I mean, I wrote the bones of it in half an hour, so it was it was definitely like. It was a quick one, you know. If I tap into the right thing, if I tap into that place where things just start flowing, things can come out very, very quick. And then obviously you go back and you polish things up and you do everything like that. But I had that ding 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 ding, that the intro there. You know, I just started with that, and then I just kind of play around with things. I don't really think of. I think my best work happens when I don't think of music theoretically, but I just kind of let things flow, because I think like my technical knowledge is there, so if I can just trust my instinct in terms of my technical skill, it'll just do its thing, and then after that it's about make this thing from the right place, tap into that right emotion, and just let it go. And it came out good, and then from there, actually I was working with Georgie like the next day. I just like showed it to him. Georgie, shout out my boy out. I was just playing him the chorus, and he was like, you know, you could take that E minor 7 and make it a little cooler, and he like showed me a different way to play it. So shout out to Georgie on the E minor 7. It's an important chord on the song.
Yeah, it's a specialty.
Yeah.
It's that guy.
Good dude.
I actually was going through your Facebook earlier. I went deep in your Facebook.
That's not
just
weird.
For the hell of it. Oh, it was super weird. I got super weird, dude. Looking a little high school Liam. I don't even do that for a lot of my guests, even though it's like good. But I just knew I had to look for you. I saw a video of you and Georgie playing something on like a stream.
Oh yeah.
Or I don't know. You guys were playing guitar together on Facebook.
Was it like in our? I feel like that was in the old crib.
Yeah. And I also saw a video, or I saw something you released. I think it was SoundCloud. It's called Freshie.
Yeah, I was a freshman.
Freshman in college.
Yeah.
I figured that's when it was from.
Yeah.
But I don't remember hearing about that one because I saw other stuff in that time that I remember hearing about.
Oh, those are my down the hall days, man.
Oh yeah.
I got it. Yeah.
But like, you were that's around when you were writing "Make Me Cry" is kind of in that same.
No,
era.
that was before "Make Me Cry." I was like 20. I was like 19, 20. So we're talking like
Freshie was
Sophie.
like 18.
We're talking like Sophie era.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking Freshie era.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there like for your songwriting? Has there been a major point where you like there was a stylistic change for you, or something you realized, or like?
Yeah. I definitely say. I mean, I think the Beatles have to be like my biggest influence in everything that I do, for sure. because my dad, that was the first thing I ever listened to.
Yeah.
When I was like 4 years old.
Yeah, I told you before that was like one of the first bands I ever got like obsessed with, but I never got nearly as deep into them as you. Like I only had one album.
Right. So it was actually the Magical Mystery Tour was the album. That
I haven't even heard
my
that.
dad, Hello Goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad used to like sing that to me when I was 4, and it was just I think it's just it's very nostalgic for me. It's a very like, and then I started playing drums when I was 5, and I would just play along to that record, and when an album gets like into your ears and into your soul at that young of an age, it just kind of sticks with you. You know what I mean?
Did Ringo stick with you as a big influence?
Oh God, that's a good question. Yes, 100%. I hate when people hate on Ringo. Yeah, he's like the best band drummer of all time. Okay, that was a big statement. Let me rephrase that.
Whoa.
John Bonham is my favorite band drummer of all time, but Ringo is easily top 5. I'm pretty sure that any great drummer would tell you that Ringo's in their top 5. Dave Grohl considers Ringo to be like Dave Grohl's an absolute monster. Ringo doesn't have necessarily all the chops that these other guys have, but his grooves are as essential to those songs as like the guitar parts. You know what I mean? Which is very rare.
Well, yeah, he's like more of a sound than a lot of session players who might have their like crazy chops. It's like
exactly.
I feel like he's more of an individual than a lot of players, and it's like a lot of my favorite musicians aren't. They have more of a style than chops. Like Wayne Shorter is more of a composer than a saxophonist.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Right.
Well,
should we start talking about Coltrane now, or?
I wanna, dude. But all right. Well, hold on. Let me still think about where I'm going with this. So, the Beatles, Ringo.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we were talking about if my style changed. So, I consider that to be like the basis of everything that I do. Then it was like high school. I got into John Mayer. Obviously, I get that comparison a lot, which I've learned to accept and appreciate. I think it's a good comparison.
He's pretty dope.
It's a good comparison.
Yeah.
And he had a huge impact on me as an artist, and I cannot deny that. I never will.
Yeah.
So, John Mayer, but it was when I turned like 18, 19, Jeff Buckley. That was the guy. And now I've been getting that comparison recently, which is pretty freaking cool to hear that, because he kind of, like, I listened to that album Grace, and I got so deep into that, and it started to like certain like ideas that I had about life at a young age. I kind of started to break out of those old habits, and I was like, maybe there's like a whole new life out there for me. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? And so there's also something about him that's like very dark and edgy that I like a lot too. But it's still like, it's kind of this, Brad Pitt described it as like hauntingly, like, it's haunting, but it's beautiful at the same time, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
I mean, I only know like one of his songs, so.
Which one? Hallelujah?
Lilac Wine.
Oh,
Because I've played it with you.
He didn't write Lilac Wine, I think.
Well, I don't know any of his songs.
I don't know who wrote that. Nina Simone popularized it in like the 50s, I think. Does that sound right time frame wise?
I don't know, man.
But then his version is just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you listen to it.
Yeah,
it's great, right? It's really great.
That's the one I know. So that was a big like stylistic change for you. Do you have associate like what I like in a lot of music is I'm very rhythmically oriented, and I like things to be funky. Do you have like adjectives you describe like the music, like how you want your music to sound or come off?
You know what? A lot of these things are subconscious at this point, but 100%. There's like a ton. And I think I'm blessed because being a drummer first, rhythm definitely comes like the most naturally to me. But then harmony is huge.
All right, but
like
I'm not
harmony is huge.
No, I'm not even talking about like compositional elements of the song. Like I'm saying, if you had to like the character of your song, it's like Katy Perry's empower. Like
no.
Like do you have like a
no,
emotional like
it's
thing
me,
that?
It's me. At this point, it's me.
Okay,
That's it.
I do feel like you're like so willing to not pigeonhole yourself genre wise.
No, yeah.
And I feel like you are able to hit like a lot of different bases because of that.
And I think it's a good thing. It's been something that I've struggled with for sure, because I don't want to make music in like 1,000 different genres, to be honest with you, you know. But I do think that all these things that I've like, you know, I had Northern Lights, which was like an upbeat freaking EDM song the way we produced it, but that's not me. So, you know, and that's actually, we're gonna reproduce that into like this cool kind of rock thing. So stay tuned for that. But obviously, you know, because we've played it live. And then I have Owl, which was like a grunge song. You know, I don't want to do that either though. I don't want to make grunge music. But I get the Chris Cornell comparison all the time, like in that vocal thing. So, all of these things that were just like big like inspirations to me have just kind of become this eclectic thing. And then when I write lyrics, it's literally, I'm not thinking about trying to fit in. If that's what you mean, right? Because you're kind of thinking about.
I'm not saying
you're thinking like perspective,
fit, but like, is there something you like? Is there something that's like, I like when a song has this kind of a thing to it, or
yeah, but I like everything.
No, I feel you. I'm just saying, like for me, the example is like I like something funky. I like chords that are too dark, or that are dark but not too dark.
Sure. Like, okay, so like In My Dreams, for example, my first single, right? That starts like a D minor 9 chord, which I actually got. So I got that strumming pattern from "Stop This Train" by John Mayer.
Okay.
That was like my inspiration for that. It's that like Travis picking thing, you know. But then I just like played a D minor 9 chord instead of he plays it's in D major versus D minor, really, I guess. But I don't.
The listeners.
I'm not gonna get.
I don't know what Travis picking is, by the way.
I don't mean to get too technical.
No, yeah, and that's kind of why I want to stick to like the adjectives about like your style more so than like the.
Sure, but okay, but also those chords like, and I feel like the listeners can. I mean, most people know like major from minor, right? On a piano, C, E, G, C, E flat, G. Yeah. Like the difference in how that makes you feel. Think about that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because that's what like the motion of the song is. In My Dream starts on a D minor 9 chord, and then it goes to G major. And the entire mood kind of shifts, right? Yeah. It starts with like this dark kind of mysterious thing, and then it like opens up into like a just a very like open, like pretty major sound, which is you know, it's just like different emotional things within different chords. So
yeah, I mean, I definitely I feel like that song was like a bit of a departure for you too, but it's still.
What's funny is I put that out before Make Me Cry, obviously. Yeah. And I wrote Make Me Cry like literally 4 years ago, 4 years before that one. So it was like, it's kind of going backwards, but it's like, man, if it's me, it's me at this point. That's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of answers one of my next questions. Like, you know, a lot of artists, even artists who use their own name, they have a character. You know what I mean? Like it's a persona that you're kind of creating art through.
Absolutely.
And like branding yourself as, and it's and you know sometimes it's larger than life. Do you ever like take artistic liberty and kind of remove yourself from like the narrative you're painting, or is it very close to home?
That's a good question. There's always something in the back of my head that's like, think bigger.
You like exaggerate a little, even if it's based on a real feeling.
Well, it starts with a very, very true feeling, because I was thinking about this today. It's funny. If something doesn't music-wise, come if it's not from the, it's like emotional places first. It's got to come from the right emotional place, right? Whether it be funky, but that can be different. It doesn't matter, you know, whether that's Funky Town Emotion, you know, because Funky Town Emotion is like to get it right
most of the time,
or it's like sorrow, it's love, it's sex, you know, whatever it is they're all different. They're all different feelings and emotions. So that's first. But no, I'm going for this. It's a super version of me. You know what I mean? It's like it is larger than life, and it's okay to do that 100%.
Oh, yeah.
As long, but if I ever, you better punch me in the face if I ever do this. If I ever lose touch with who I really am and the emotion behind that, then I'd have nothing. I'd have nothing.
All right, dude. You it's sealed in
I want
interview.
you to knock me out if that ever happens.
I will punch Liam in the face if he ever sells out. You better stay true, Liam.
Yeah, man. You can't sell out.
Yeah.
You can't sell out.
Well, and you can't like surround yourself with people who aren't willing to tell you that you're.
Yeah,
like,
well, and that's fun. You know what? That's another thing Georgie's good for. When I put out Northern Lights, it's like, yeah, it was a cool. I have nothing against the way that we did that song with Robert. Like, Robert's an incredible producer.
Shout out Robert Friedman.
Yeah, it was awesome, but that style, that kind of like EDM pop, it's like clubby. You know what I mean? It's like I don't want to make. That's not the kind of music I want to make, and it's not true to me. That style is not true to me. And Georgie told me that.
Yeah.
He told me that when it came out. He was like, I don't really like it, like the way that it is. And at the time, I was like, oh, you know, like, just like it's gonna be cool, and then I'll put out. He was like, no, put out Make Me Cry, like literally when I wrote it. And me at that time, I was like, no, like I'm not gonna sell. You know what I mean? It's not gonna sell right away. And now I'm literally like, fuck that. Like I don't care. Can I curse on here? Oh.
No, I'm gonna just if you do, I'm gonna make a note about when you swore. That's all. So you can keep swearing when you want.
I'll try not to.
Yeah, try not to. But you're good, man. I'll let it slide this time. I won't punch you in the face. I swear. Dude, you're lucky, man, that you know, like you said, it comes from an emotional place. It starts, and I think you can hit a broad range of styles. You can write on a lot of topics very authentically, and that's the useful thing to have, man. Like you could, when you're having a problem with a lady, you can write like a love song. I'm into funky stuff, dude. If I have a fight with my girlfriend, I can't just be like, ooh, we getting down. Like,
we gotta dance this off.
You can't fix your love problems with a funk song, dude.
Yeah, no.
James Brown has some good love songs, but the funky stuff, that's.
Isn't that interesting? James Brown would put out Cold Sweat and then put out Try Me, and they're both so good in what they are. But one is so much different. It's kind of insane.
He's got range.
It's pretty ridiculous.
Like I'm saying, you got more range than me, man. I'm just saying, it's
dude,
useful.
Yeah.
It's useful.
It is useful, but now I'm really. I feel like I'm kind of repeating myself, but it's like that's why I don't worry too much about the genre thing anymore. I just kind of, as long as it's me, and it feels like me, then I don't really care, you know. And it's not like Make Me Cry and In My Dreams are different, right? When they're not that different.
Yeah.
They're not that different. And Make Me Cry is the direction that I want to go in, to be honest, in terms of the production and everything. We added synthesizers in this one, you know, like In My Dreams is very stripped down acoustic, and I definitely want to go more. It's kind of like a balance of this pop and rock thing at this point.
Yeah. So you're releasing singles.
Yes.
Is there an album in the works?
Well,
and I mean, the follow-up question is going to be, obviously there's competitive, like not competitive, but there is a market advantage right now to doing singles, and it's kind of become the new thing. Yeah. And so where do you feel like you fall on the idea of releasing singles versus releasing an album?
There's part of me that's always wanted to have an album out since I was very young. I just think the best bet is to put out a bunch of singles and then kind of compile them into something in terms of promotion, you know. But the thing is, right now, is I don't have. If I had a bunch of songs, I have a lot of songs written and I have a lot of songs in demo form, but I don't have a lot of songs fully produced and finished. And when, you know, once I do, if I have a bunch of stuff that's not out, then maybe, yeah, I'll consider, you know, 3 singles and then and then 5 more on the album. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of wait till I get there. Because right now, I really, my thing, I think that you can, if you can promote the hell out of a single, I can say hell, right?
Yeah. I think I said it before.
If you can promote the hell out of a single, it can do just as well, if not better, than an entire album. You know what I mean? If you really promote it right.
I do think that's true in the sense of like your top song on the album will probably do about as well as a single.
Mm-hmm.
I do think.
What if every song on your album is your top song? No, I know.
Well, I think there's something about an album. It's tough because you do have to. It takes so much more work, and you have to do it right, obviously, for the purported benefits of it to pay off.
Mm-hmm.
To me, an album, I feel like, is like a more. It's like listening to like a symphony versus one movement of a symphony. It's like you've got the whole work, and I feel like it kind of like stands out a little more, especially a good album cover.
100%.
Or like a unifying concept and everything.
Yeah.
But obviously both are important.
In the future, like I said, I don't necessarily know. Right now, I'm loving the way that the singles thing is going. I think it's going well. I also love making music videos. It's actually a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep doing that, but who knows? I mean, who knows where my career could go too? You know, so.
Oh yeah. Of course.
I think albums are really good for artists that are super established and that have a huge following, because they could drop a full album and every song is gonna get as much attention, you know, as those singles would.
That's true.
You know,
but I do feel like once you have the album out, that also kind of do you think that's its own kind of like establishment? You know what I mean? Like you established you at a certain level of output.
Yeah. But dude, the social media thing is just an album. I don't think an album does as well on social media as a
that's
single
true.
does.
That's
you
true.
Know what I mean? That's what it is, and that is everybody's main source of promotion right now. Unless you are, even if you're signed to a label, like the label's pushing you on social media. You know what I mean? So
it's a different ballgame. It's like,
a different, yeah.
It's crazy.
We live in a crazy time, and it's, you know, you can't just do whatever you want now and then, you know, hope somebody from a record label finds you. And I mean, yeah, obviously there's people getting signed all the time to labels, but independent artists have this incredible opportunity right now to really do it themselves.
Yeah.
Which people never had in the day, you know.
Yeah.
They never had this opportunity the way that we do now.
Yeah, it's a great like equalizer. It's just interesting to see the new way things work, I guess. Which is like, for me, I'm just like an old stickler. Like I don't like saving singles in my iTunes library. I like to have full albums.
Really?
Yeah, like little things like that. Like, because definitely part of it is like a generational thing, or like my little brother. He listens. For the longest time, all his exposure to music was like random YouTube videos. Like he would know a couple of songs, but he wouldn't know like the artist or the album. It was like, oh, I just found it on this video, and it would be like a parody of the song, or it would be like some weird version of the song.
Yeah.
I mean, are you doing anything right now to, like, obviously you have a handle on our generation's consumption of music. Are you doing anything to dig even deeper to a younger audience? Not like kids, but you know what I mean? Like keep up.
Yeah,
with technology.
I was thinking like Teletubby style stuff.
TikTok dances, Teletubby.
The Wiggles are huge. Oh, I forgot to mention them as my second biggest influence next to the Beatles.
Oh, the Wiggles. Yeah,
Fruit salad.
That was my jam back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Kids are missing out.
I mean, listen, TikTok. The potential with TikTok is and Instagram, and mainly those are like my main two, I think, ways of promoting right now, like social media wise. I think those, just because of what Reels are doing, like I refitted my music video for an iPhone, right? Because usually it's not fitted for an iPhone. It's fit for, I forget what the aspect ratio is, but it's for, it's meant to fit when you turn your phone sideways. Right now you've got this app where you can literally see 1,000 videos in like 20 seconds on TikTok, and I have my music video just chopped up, like going up on there. So
and like the numbers are reflecting.
The numbers are good. I mean, I posted a reel, because Reels are the same way, right? Instagram Reels.
Mm-hmm.
I posted one today, and it got like 2,000 views in an hour.
Yeah.
So and I only have like 1,500 followers currently. So that just kind of goes to show.
Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff where it's like things I didn't even realize.
It's
Reels
algorithm
were a thing
based.
for so long. Oh yeah. I'm still like learning how to game all that stuff. It's tough. But yeah, man, it's weird to see like the landscape change like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like your song, you know, obviously, like ideally you get a licensing deal, you get sampled, you get covered, you tour and all that stuff. But you could even like nowadays, like your song could be like memed or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Are you saying that's a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it could be either.
I don't
think it would happen to your song, but it's like, who knows?
I mean, dude, the song is like catchy and poppy in a lot of ways, but I don't know, that crying thing could definitely make it. Can make a couple memes.
Yeah.
But no, I don't. My thing is any publicity is good publicity. So
that's true.
You know,
yeah. You're 100% right.
Yeah.
There's got to be a good crying meme you can mix it up with.
And that could lend itself well to certain like commercials.
Yeah.
In terms of like a sync placement thing, you know.
Yeah. I don't even know much about sync placement. Like we learned a little bit about that back in school. And
Shout out Sister.
Yes, shout out to Sister Marianne Nelson, one of the goats.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to like being a multi-instrumentalist, first of all, when did you start playing? You started drums at 5. When did you start singing, playing guitar, and playing piano?
So it was drums at 5, and then it was piano at like 8 or 9. Classical stuff. And then I was like, I don't want to do that. Although that, like, I really, appreciate my parents doing that for me, putting me in classical lessons.
Yeah, it's a good like perspective thing.
Yeah, no, super good perspective. You get a good like basis on fundamentals and in terms of piano, and it was good. But then it was like back to the Beatles. Started learning. I think like the first pop like rock tune that I learned, if you want to call it pop rock, whatever. You know what I mean? Popular.
Yeah.
Was like maybe I'm Amazed by Paul McCartney.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And I really just like fell in love with that style of writing, like Elton John, Billy Joel, Paul McCartney, like all those guys where it was like piano driven, like ballads, stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
So I did that. I started writing a lot of music like that. I did that in college, like for a good amount of time too. I wrote a lot of piano driven stuff. But yeah, so backtrack a little bit. So 15, I think I got my first guitar. My dad just got me a guitar, and I was self-taught, and I just kind of got really into Stevie Ray and blues, like the big blues guys. Huge Zeppelin fan, so Jimmy Page. And then you just write stuff on guitar, see how that goes, and I wasn't really like producing stuff, my recordings until college. So it was kind of, it's funny because you can write a song that works really, really well just acoustic, right? But then you can write a song that like only works as like the full thing, like fully produced, because there's not like one thing driving it.
Yeah.
I try to write music that I can do just acoustic, and also have a big, full band version of it. but it's
Do you mainly write from piano and guitar? Do you ever start
piano and guitar? No, I tend to write on drums. Just
do you write on drums?
No, dude. I don't think I could do that.
Really?
No.
I feel like I like the idea of writing from the drums because I feel like the foundation is there. I like to start with the bass and drums in my head.
Okay.
You know.
Interesting. But you're talking funk though.
Yeah.
You're talking funk, yeah, funky time.
Ooh, baby, time to get down. Yeah, my girlfriend will not. I can't make up for a fight with a funk song. God damn it.
I mean, yeah, if you're writing funk stuff, I think it makes sense to start on drums. But like I said, I'm trying to come from that emotional place, and when I'm on drums, I'm just trying to rock out. Like that's it. So.
Okay.
Okay.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Do you ever write on any other instruments? Saxophone?
Mandolin. Those are the only three I really play. So.
Yeah, well, that's what I figured.
Can you cut me some slack?
No, I was just wondering, like you've never... Dude, I saw a video of you on Facebook where you were, like, playing an air dryer as an instrument.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
You were, like, waving your hands underneath it rhythmically.
I was at I think it was at a wedding. That might have been a prom, too. I don't even know. And I just, I just started making beats, like, with the air.
So, yeah, you write on that.
I used to do that with, like the crosswalk thing.
Oh, yeah.
What does that guy say? He's like, does he tell you to cross or something?
I don't remember. Are you talking about the one over by St. Rose? Or here? I don't know. They must.
They're different ones. Things. Some of them just beep. Some of them are like go cross. But I would make like a beat out of it, like go. I just hit the thing, keep hitting the thing, until a cop was like, "Yo, what is this kid doing? You're gonna break the crosswalks."
All right, dude. Well, you just admitted to a crime on the
All right,
on the
so
radio.
so I
Cool.
I write on guitar, piano, air dryers.
What? Anything else, man? What?
Crosswalks. That's all I can think.
You don't write on.
When I was a kid, I used to drum with pencils on my desk and get in trouble.
You know, I saw a video on Facebook of you in Nashville playing
the
drums.
buckets.
Yeah. How did you start doing that? How did you get into playing?
I was just walking. I mean, you know Nashville. There's like, have you been to
I've
Nashville?
never been to Nashville.
Nashville's sick. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was like 16. I was walking down the street with my mom and my sister, and some guy was playing the buckets, and I was all like, "Can I play those buckets?" He was like, "All right." But it was cool. I made the guy like some money off of it too. It's more than he was already making money. The guy was good, but
you got exploited.
Yeah, it was cool.
Like many young artists.
We're gonna make this kid famous.
What else did I see on Facebook? You were Shaggy for Halloween one year.
I was Shaggy for
crept
man, you
hard.
went deep in there, man.
I just kept scrolling,
my
dude.
God.
I was looking for I was like, all right, what's an obscure pizza shop in Murderville that this guy played at? Do you ever play a gig at a pizza shop with the Woods, Liam?
No pizza shop. I've played coffee shops. I worked at a coffee shop when I was in high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for like a few weeks. What are you gonna say, dude?
You make me chai.
Right. And the memes begin.
Oh my god, dude! The new single.
Wow, I'm actually.
Get licensed to Starbucks.
Wow. Dude, we gotta hit up Starbucks.
You make me chai.
Are you Starbucks guy or Dunkin' guy? By the way?
Stewart's first of all.
Stewart's.
But out of the two,
it's because you're from upstate.
Yeah, I'm
guys
from
love your
upstate.
stewards.
My mom's a manager at one of the stewards, but I just think they hands down have the best coffee.
I don't know about the best.
Okay.
It is good.
Go on.
But
Elaborate.
I'm biased because I like Starbucks and Dunkin', and I just get different things. Like at Dunkin', this isn't like we're not gonna get sued, right, for talking about their drinks. Like, can I mention specific drinks?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that the Dunkin' Mocha Latte killed John F. Kennedy.
Oh, I didn't hear about that. Sure.
Allegedly.
Oh man. Okay. I did not know that.
Did I kill your train of thought?
Anyway, yeah, you
jokes,
totally.
man?
Yeah, I'm thinking about JFK.
All right, Starbucks or Dunkin', dude?
No, yeah. So I go to Starbucks. Like in the summer, I like to get the chocolate almond milk milk espresso shaken.
Okay.
That's super good.
Okay.
It's super good. And then in the winter, I get hot drinks. Not super specific. Usually some kind of mocha thing.
Same.
But I don't get it like super sweet like you, dude. I get just a little bit.
I don't get it that sweet, dude. I put 1% milk in my coffee.
Oh, dude?
Yeah.
1%. I'm actually an almond milk guy now. I can't lie. Yeah. I found out, like, I'm pretty sure everyone knows now milk's, like, not good for you. But, yeah, whatever. If you got, like, a milk thing.
I'm drinking it. Whatever, dude. Whatever, man.
It's okay in moderation, Brad. But you gotta take it
I
easy.
gotta roll it back with the milk.
Roll it back.
Is that why you asked me? You have me you come over for this interview just to get me off my milk?
Yeah, dude. I heard you had a problem.
I have a much worse problem with yogurt than milk. And bananas.
What kind of yogurt guy? That's a good question, too.
All right. Wait, well, we didn't even get... All right, yes.
I told you I'm Starbucks and Dunkin'.
Okay, whatever.
Dunkin', I get like a medium hot with like 2 pumps of mocha and almond milk.
Okay.
That's my go-to.
Like, I'm a Stewart's guy, bro, but I'm a junkie. I'll drink coffee. I'll drink gas station coffee.
Okay.
Black, been sitting for hours, and I'll still be like, okay. I'm not picky. So I'll drink whatever coffee. Yogurt? I don't know, man. Blueberry, strawberry, banana. Where are you at with the yogurt?
Pretty much anything if it's good. Pretty much anything.
Okay, I feel
anything like good fruit in it.
I was gonna.
Chobani is phenomenal. That's like my stuff right there.
You into the Greek yogurt?
Yeah.
I like Yoplait, but okay. Okay, man, that's cool.
You like Go-Gurt too?
Oh my God, Go-Gurt's phenomenal.
Yeah, Go-Gurt's good.
Classic. Yeah. Wow, man, we're really getting to all the hot button.
Yeah, should we get back to music? What do you think?
You make me shy. Dude, wait, what did you say before yogurt? Dude, what's your favorite cereal?
Honey Nut Cheerios.
Nice. Yeah. I'm a big Special K
for everyone that doesn't know, we're in my apartment right now.
Yeah.
And I just pointed to Honey Nut Cheerios because we're here. So.
Yeah. I usually do my interviews for the show over the phone. This is my first straight up hanging in person, but it's fitting.
Yeah,
it's
totally.
Fitting.
I'm glad I could be the first one.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I want to do more. I feel like it's just a better interview when you like can actually like. Look
Yeah, dude, I can feel your vibe.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude, there's a vibe in here, man.
Feel your vibe.
I mean, like, do you have like a particular favorite interviewer when you watch like artists who like being interviewed? I mean, what do you think makes a good interview?
I like Jimmy Fallon a lot.
I feel like I haven't watched a lot of his interviews.
I just like Jimmy Fallon as a guy. I think he's great.
Wait a minute, your cat's name is Jimmy.
Yeah.
Is it named after Jimmy Fallon?
Jimi. It's not.
Oh, so it's named after Jimmy Woodle.
No. Actually, I think I messaged Jimmy Woodle. No, I think I sent it to him in person. I said, dude, I named my cat after you. And he was like, I'm so humble. He's like, oh.
Yeah, shout out Jimmy Woodle.
No, it's Hendrix, man. Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix.
That's cool, man. You like a lot of Jimmys. Jimi Hendrix, Jimmy Page, Jimmy Dean.
Yes.
You like?
I never said Jimmy Dean.
You like frozen sausages, dude. Don't try to lie to the fans. Okay, I swear I'm getting the interview back on track.
Yeah, we're getting way too.
No, I'm getting back. Food's a good subject to talk on.
I'm gonna start talking about how I marinated my steaks.
No, I don't need to hear about your steaks and
super into marinating.
Making
steaks.
your big things. That I used to live with you, dude. I know you make giant things of scrambled eggs in the morning. I know what you do.
You gotta get your protein, man.
I know, dude. I'm getting it.
Yeah, from all that milk you're drinking, but it's slowly killing you is what you don't realize.
It's not that bad, dude. See, I know you're a little lactose intolerant.
No, it's not even that. I don't know. My doctor just said the fat that's in it is bad. And I don't know. I think it was making me fat for a little while, too.
You've been looking a little bit, like, bulkier, man.
Dude, I work out.
You've been...
What can I say? Like, I work out.
All right, dude, relax. Relax. All right. Your doctor told you had to chill with that stuff? Dude, I was going to say this before, but I forgot. My doctor literally told me I had to eat less bananas.
No way.
He wasn't like, oh, like I'm looking at the charts and you're in danger, but he was like that's not
this many bananas equals liver failure.
He was literally like, that's not a good amount. So stuff will sneak up on you, man. I'm just warning you.
Why? What about too many bananas is bad? I mean, it's sugar. It's a lot of sugar.
Yeah, it's a lot of sugar. That's the main thing.
You know I love bananas too.
Yeah, dude. You know I love
bananas. All my girlfriends that I've had. I haven't had that many girlfriends. I don't make it like that. They always think it's funny that I take a banana and a spoonful of peanut butter.
That's like the one of the best combos ever, dude.
It's not weird, right?
Yeah, that's like Hall & Oates of fruit snacks.
That was good.
I wish I could think of a song to reference, but alas.
You make my dreams come true.
You bananas make me shy.
Shit, that was good, man.
Yeah, man.
You could use that in your... Me and Brad are going to an open mic night, a comedy open mic for Brad to do comedy tonight.
Yeah.
And he's testing out his jokes right now.
Dude, I'll probably say the thing about the funk song and
oh yeah,
my girlfriend. I'll probably make fun of you.
Make fun, dude. Roast me. I love to be.
I'll probably try to get you beat up.
All right. Okay. I told you I work out, dude.
But I mean, I'm glad you bring up the stand-up comedy because on the show, I love to talk to my guests about comedy. I mean, I have comedian guests on. I ask them about music, but I mostly have musician guests on.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's kind of cool to hear the parallels and the different things people are into. I mean, what's your relationship with stand-up comedy?
I have so much appreciation for it as somebody that I have no interest in ever trying to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, man, who knows? You never know. I'm not saying I would never try it, but I have so much appreciation for that craft. It's such a craft.
Yeah.
You know, Dave Chappelle. He's my favorite. Same. I know he's controversial. I think he means well.
Screw that. I think he means well too.
I think he means well. I will back him up all day. I think he's the greatest stand-up comic of all time.
Yeah.
That's my honest opinion. Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
I know Richard Pryor's a goat. I haven't really gotten into his... I mean, you probably watched a bunch of his stuff.
Yeah, I do really like that stuff, and it's the historical importance means a lot, but there definitely is a generational thing where it's I feel like Dave Chappelle is so much more in touch with just what I feel from my experience.
Yeah, I mean, Richard Pryor was doing comedy in...
all comedians, I feel
my timeline is super messed up. What was his time frame?
I don't know. I honestly don't even know when he when he started, but he was. I think he probably. When did he die? I should know this, but I probably the 90s or early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna look. I can't
just
not
look it up.
do him justice.
We do
I'm gonna
have
look it up right now.
So.
Yeah, this is such a high tech interview. But I want to say that Live in the Sunset Strip came out in the late 70s maybe. He died in 2005, and a lot of his stuff came out in the 70s. Yeah, Sunset Strip is 82. Okay. Yeah, he's so historically important, but there definitely is a little bit of an element where it's not as relatable as listening to more modern comics, and I feel just across the board I kind of feel that way about stand-up comedy.
Mm-hmm.
But he's one of the greats, and like you were saying about Chappelle, I think it's easy to argue he's the best right now because I feel like his place in entertainment has kind of become he's the Kendrick Lamar.
He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
Comedy.
Yeah, there's no two ways about it.
I mean, and just beyond the appreciation of the art and the success he's had, there's a certain independence he's maintained and a certain almost punk rock attitude about it.
Well, and you know how he moved away for 10 years.
Well, he gave up a big financial opportunity to stay true to his art, which I feel
yes, that's what I'm talking about. Never sell out.
Yeah.
Never sell out, man.
You gotta surround yourself with people who tell you what's up.
Yeah, but I mean, he turned down what? I think it was $50 million.
Oh, I don't remember the number, but it was. I mean, it was ridiculous. But he's probably made more in the
Yeah, right.
And
that's because he stayed true to it.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, as far as comedy goes, outside of stand-ups, do you have any particular favorite, like, comical movies or TV shows, or like just something in life that's been very funny to you always, like?
Comedy shows? I'm not into like a lot of the like, I don't like Friends.
I never watched Friends.
I don't like Friends. I just don't. I can't. It doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
And The Office. I love Steve Carell. I think he's funny as all hell. I'm trying not to cuss here.
Dude. Come on.
Oh heck. We're gonna get really PC about it. I like. Oh wait, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
That's a very, very funny show. I don't watch any. I'm not watching any shows regularly right now.
Yeah.
I haven't in a long time. But man, I'm trying to think. South Park was my jam.
Yeah, I mean that's
South Park will always be my jam.
Yeah, that stuff's super silly, but it's honestly like some of the best.
But it's some of those episodes were just so. I know it's insane.
It's like high octane, like stupid conceptually, but so well executed.
So well executed, and like the character placement, and just some of the plots that they come up with are freaking brilliant. They're brilliant. So and I just love. I love dark humor too. So that's my stuff. South Park, Family Guy, I love.
Oh yeah, same.
I've actually gotten more into Family Guy as I've gotten older. I started watching South Park in like 8th grade.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know. I was really into that, and then I always saw Family Guy as like not as good as.
Well, they make fun of Family Guy a little bit in South Park.
Yeah.
Which South Park does too.
I think Family Guy is a little more grown up, which is, you know what I mean, in terms of in certain ways.
Especially the early ones. The early ones are very. They have like a. I don't think it seemed like it when they were just coming out and we were really little.
Yeah.
But they do have a more like wholesome tone to them, even though like there's the ridiculous humor. I feel like overall they make it feel like. I love the concept of Family Guy, especially it's how apparent it is the first season, where it's like it's literally like a spoof of like sitcoms and musicals,
right down
and famous movies,
right,
and they're just referencing classic stuff.
Yes.
And that I would find out about later. I would see a famous movie and I'd be like, oh, that's where they got that.
Yeah,
you know?
right down to the music, right? Like the title track, whatever it is, the theme song.
Yeah, and like the
that's all. I mean, Seth
musicals.
MacFarlane, man, he's just got great. There's something that's like classy about. It's like this. It's like satirical class almost, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's like it comes off as like potty humor, but there is like a certain like it's cultured because like they do dig into some deep references and it's well written.
And then they'll throw in the dumber stuff. You know what I mean? I think it's more versus South Park can very much be like dumb all the time.
Well,
it can be.
I think Family Guy, as it went on, got closer to that sense of humor.
Yeah.
And I do think. I don't know. I think early on there's also that cool like interaction with like Stewie's literally like a villain. Like they're using him as a vehicle to play on the tropes of like famous famous like movie villains and stuff. I just love giving yourself a vehicle to like reference other great art from. Like that's a big part of why I love hip hop is because so much of it is referential, sample driven, and there's like a rich history to it. But anyway, that's enough talking about cartoons. I feel like, dude, I like getting into this stuff, but like, I'm gonna tie it back in. I mean, so like, one of the other things I wanted to ask, you know, as an artist, if you weren't doing music, but you were still gonna be a creative, like, what do you think you would do next after that?
That's a tough one, man. Music is kind of it's my thing.
I know that's why I'm making you pick something.
It's my only thing, and
dance.
I did love to break dance as a kid.
You could break dance?
Yeah. Not super well, I had friends that from Mount Vernon, that were incredible. Like from the age of like 8 years old. Like my friends were doing backflips.
Oh wow.
And like the moonwalk.
When I was 5, I thought I knew what breakdancing was, and I tried to do it at my cousin's wedding.
Broke your arm?
No, a dude stepped on my finger.
No, are you serious?
Yeah, I was like a little 5-year-old, just like spinning around on the dance floor, not knowing what I was doing, and I got my hand stepped on. So.
Okay, all right. I mean, like, no. Let me think about it. If I really had to do it, so not even like a different music genre, right?
No, you're not a musician.
Not a musician.
Not musical.
What do you? Not musical.
What's your other art that you would do? Culinary?
I really like cooking. I'm not great by any means, but I really appreciate like good cooking. And
all right, I'm gonna stop putting words in your mouth.
Yeah, but that was a good. You got me. You gave me an idea.
Yeah.
to roll in. Yeah, I really like cooking.
So that is the answer.
I really like.
That's what you go with.
I don't know if I'd want to do it like pursue it as like because I feel like.
All right.
I think once like cooking becomes competitive, does it need to be competitive? I mean, I guess it does, right? If you're trying to like have a restaurant and stuff.
All right. Well,
I just don't. I don't know. Man.
All right. Well, yeah. What else is there? There's writer. There's painter.
Maybe stand-up comic.
Yeah.
Since we're just free flowing here, spitballing. Yeah. Like I would get into that, but I would be the darkest comedian like around.
Do you like Anthony Jeselnik?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
I would think so.
I do. I really like Pete Davidson.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen him on the roast? Like the roast of I forget which one he was on, but he just makes he makes some messed up jokes.
Yeah.
And it's just the best. It's just the best.
Do you know Jimmy Carr?
Yeah, I don't know much of his stuff.
Another great Jimmy that you would like.
I've got enough Jimmys.
Jimmy Carr reminds me of like a more upbeat, like happy Anthony Jeselnik.
Okay.
Faster, like wittier.
Yeah.
Ricky Gervais is pretty dark too.
Yeah. Louis C.K.'s making a comeback, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw him like right before the pandemic.
Did you?
Yeah, at the Egg.
You talking about his pandemic or?
No, it was like it was his first album he was gonna release since being canceled. He like was touring and he went to the Egg, and my friend was like, "Oh, I have an extra ticket," and I just went, and it was great.
Was it great?
Yeah.
What is he? He like talks about it now, right? Like he talks about
he like opened the show. I think his opening line, if you listen to the album from that tour, is like, "So, how was the last few years for you guys? Has anyone else been in global amounts of trouble?"
Oh man, that's tough.
Good
for him for making a comeback. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, I figured he would. You know,
I figured he would too.
The movement was important, and he kind of was at the wrong place at the wrong time for it.
He messed up.
And yeah, I mean, he got his lumps, but I don't think it's like he's gone because he's just. I think his work stands for itself.
His work is phenomenal. I always put him like next to Dave Chappelle. Actually,
he's up there for me too. I mean, he's a killer.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess you'd be a stand-up comedian if you weren't a musician.
I'd try it, man.
You could do it tonight at the mic.
I'm all set.
You can go up. I'll give you some of my jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting writing because people like write jokes. You have a ghostwriter, right?
No, I mean I've written for shows. One show. I wrote for like a show that my friends put together. That was kind of like a roast, a character-based roast thing. So I had to write like political jokes for it because they were playing political characters. And I don't know. I haven't really tried to do that myself, where I was doing other people's jokes. It's gotta be
tough to deliver something that somebody else wrote. That's how I see it. But I mean, people do it all the time. You know.
Yeah.
All the time.
Do you ever feel that way about music? Like, because you play a lot of covers.
I would not.
Right. Like.
I play a lot of covers, but.
I
don't think I'd ever put something out under my name that somebody else wrote because I know what I want to hear. I know what I want to hear, and I know how to make it happen. And I co-wrote a song with Wanda Lewis.
Oh, cool.
And it came out. It was my first time like successfully co-writing.
Is that difficult for you, like to?
It was very. I was very uneasy about it at first, but it was one of these things where I had this song that I had started, but I kind of just got writer's block on it, and me and Wanda were just talking a ton about music at the time, and her lyrical ideas are really fantastic, just absolutely fantastic, and I was like, all right, let's see what happens. You know, I had a chorus and I had like part of a verse. That was about it. Yeah. And she'd come over. We'd literally sit on this couch and we'd work. We'd talk about things literally non-related to music, almost like therapy session. Like we'd cry it out. We'd try it out, as you said.
Make me try.
Yeah. And we wouldn't settle on anything unless it felt like it was coming from the right place, that's the biggest thing with co-writing, is you gotta like really agree on the fact that you're not gonna settle for something that's not great, and that's something that I'm good at doing by myself because I push myself super hard. But when you're with somebody else, you don't necessarily know like what their point is of acceptance, of accepting something as an idea.
And when they are like, that's good, you don't know if you want to like, you don't want to disagree, you don't want to
if
like,
someone says something's good,
say something negative,
and I completely disagree, then it can't go in the song that I'm writing. But when someone has an idea, and it's very, you have to put yourself in a very like open mind before you go into doing like a co-writing thing. But I would have an idea, and there were times where she was like, I don't know if that really works there conceptually, or even in terms of like the order of when you get really nitty gritty about lyrics. Have you written lyrics at all?
Yeah, like not as much as you. But.
When you get really, it's like theme, right? But then there's literally the way that you phrase something. You could phrase it a million different ways. So, if I had an idea for something of being phrased a certain way and she didn't agree, it was like, hey, what if we try it that way? And then you try 5 different ways, and then you settle on something. But you gotta like, there's a middle ground that has to be reached all the time. But when you really like, when two people are really synced up and it's coming from the right place, it works. But you have to be. She'd come over, we'd write like a line, and if we didn't get anything else good that day, she'd go home, come back like a few days later, and we'd do it again. And then, some days you get more done, some days you get less done. Like I said, I've written a song in an hour that just it came out. They don't all happen that way. They don't all happen that way.
Yeah, man.
And that song, the way it came out, it's probably going to be, after I told you we're doing Northern Lights, after Make Me Cry, I think we might go for that one after. So, might bring that one to life.
And then maybe we can write a funk song together?
Yeah, man. Yeah, or we just remake Make Me Cry really quick.
We could, as a funk?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, how come you never invite me over to write songs and cry?
You bring over a bunch of chai, we can do it. Cry with our chai.
I mean, we're over an hour, man. We could just end it with
let's
write
just
a funk song. You could write a funk song right now.
Okay. Should I get a guitar? Yeah.
That's more Taylor Swift.
Can we just see how
play something funky.
Alright, something funky.
And then I'll come up with the lyric.
Oh, man.
Oh, I like that.
Pictures. What do you like?
We're rolling, dude. This is all
It's like a minor 13 thing.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, that's the James Brown chord.
Sounds like it, man. Yeah, tune up for the audience. This is very special.
So we're writing I'm going to put the lyrics on you on this one.
Oh, dude,
yeah.
I'm ready.
And if I don't like it, I'm going to tell you.
Okay, man.
You like that chord?
$5.
pay him. You, Liam. Whoa! Now, Liam, what you say?